Hello, hi. So guys, what's up guys? Hi, this is Noor. Hi. Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Ramadan Kareem. I'm filming in front of my parents and they won't leave me alone. Anyways, today I'm doing something completely different, something that I don't think I'm capable of doing, but I'm gonna push through. Basically, I'm gonna be making these honey bits. I'm gonna include a picture right here. I made them the other day with my mom and I posted them on my Instagram and everyone wanted the recipe. The only problem is the recipe was in Arabic and on the phone and it didn't make sense to just post it, so I figured why not just make a video of my own. So, these are some of the ingredients that I'm gonna be using now to make my dough. First, you're gonna need 3 cups of flour. You're gonna need 1 cup of warm milk. We just warmed this up on the stove. You're gonna need 1/4 cup of oil. And then in here I have 1 spoon of yeast. I have 2 spoons of baking powder. And then 2 spoons of sugar and then 1 spoon of salt. And then in here we have some yogurt. It's called Liban. This is the package. I don't know why we're using this, but my mom said we need this for the dough mixture. And I'm also going to be using this as my plate to put everything in. And of course we're going to need cream cheese for the stuffing. And if we need anything else, I'll add it as we go along. Okay, so first thing I'm going to add in the plain yogurt, just 1 cup of yogurt. And then I'm going to also put in the yeast as well as the sugar. And you're just going to mix these two up until they blend well together. I'm using a whisk to mix them. And after that, you're simply just going to you're going to wrap it with some saran wrap. Excuse that, I'm very clumsy. But I'm going to wrap it and just let it sit for like 20, I would say 10 to 15 minutes, maybe even 20 minutes, just so it can rise. Okay, so after letting it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes, now I'm going to add the 3 cups of flour into it. We're going to be making our dough. I'm also going to add in the salt and the baking powder. Or baking soda. Now I'm gonna add the oil, 1 cup of oil. I'm going to start mixing it. I put on some gloves because I don't like the flour and stuff to get under my nails. It just feels gross. So I'm gonna start mixing it. I'm also going to add some milk. This is 1 cup of milk. It should be enough for 3 cups of flour. I did end up adding a little bit more milk because I felt like the dough was dry. I'm just going to keep mixing and mixing until the dough basically forms. This is kind of like a process, but it's not too bad. It is also clumpy, but you just gotta keep mixing it with your hands and eventually it'll begin to form. I also added a little bit more of milk, I would say like 1/4. Just gotta keep mixing it and mixing it, and that's what I'm doing here. Put in all my strength with it, and from experience, I've just noticed that the longer you mess with it, the more softer it'll become. So I was watching Tiger King while doing this, so it allowed me to just, you know, watch and mix it without feeling like it was taking forever. It just helped distract me. Here you see me punching it and folding it over because that's how you do it. Now that it's done, it's so soft and it's kind of pretty much ready. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover it again with the saran wrap, and now I'm going to leave it alone for about 30 minutes to an hour so it can rise. I'm also just wiping the excess oil from the cup on top of the pan that I'm going to be using. Okay, so I basically covered my dough with a blanket, so old school, and I let it sit for about an hour. The dough looks good. It's risen or raised. I don't know what the term is. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the dough in half with a knife, and cutting is a little difficult, but you just gotta push through. And then I cut it again into fourths and again into eighths, and basically I kind of just kept cutting each piece smaller and smaller until I got the size that I wanted. Okay, so now that we've cut up all of our dough into small little pieces, your preference, I also went ahead and cut the cream cheese into small little cubes as well, and I'm going to be using a spoon to basically spoon them into the dough, and this just helps because you don't want to get your hands that messy. I also have some sesame seeds and I have some black caraway seeds, and that's pretty much it. Oh, also don't forget we need egg yolk, and we're just going to use that for the top of the bits to make it look better. We get the piece of dough and I just warm it up in my hand. I just play with it, and this just allows the dough to become even more softer and ready to be done with whatever you want. I'm watching K-drama in the back. I love watching TV while I do work because it makes the work go by faster. Anyways, I made it into a little pan. Now I'm going to scoop in some cream cheese, and the cream cheese was left outside at room temperature, so it's kind of melting in my hands, but it's okay. I'm going to close the dough around the cheese, and I'm going to roll it, and that's it. Basically roll it and smooth it out and just try to perfect it as you can. It's not that hard. Okay, my tray is now full. I finished the dough. Now what I'm going to do with my egg yolk, I am going to basically brush the egg yolk on top of all of the little bites. This helps the dough become more yellowy browny. It has that bronze look that just makes it look a lot more appetizing. Now I'm going to be using some sesame seeds, and I am just going to cover the tops of the little bites with sesame seeds. I had my mom record me doing this, so shout out to her. But yeah, you can just see me doing it. I kind of just sprinkle some on top. Do you see that wrist action? Oh yeah, sprinkling some on top, blessing the little bites with some sesame seeds. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the black caraway seed, and for this just makes it look prettier. I think the look between the sesame seeds and the black seeds, it makes it look good. And so I'm just gonna sprinkle those on top. You don't have to have a lot of those because they don't make a huge difference. They're just for look wise, for aesthetic. Basically, you know what it is. If Muslim gangsters cooking, she making it aesthetic. Okay, so this is what they look like before going into the oven. The little babies are ready to be cooked. I'm putting it into the oven. I had it preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. But now, make sure you set a timer for about 30 minutes for the little bites. And while you do that, I decided to clean up. And I also have this sweet sugar that I make. It's basically 1 cup of sugar and half a cup of water with a little bit of squeeze of lemon, and you mix it and you let it sit out at room temperature so it's ready. Now that the 30 minutes have passed, my honey bites are pretty much ready. I took them out and I placed them on a slab of wood because it's a little too hot. But while they're hot, I think it's very important to pour the syrup onto the hot bites, so then the heat can kind of absorb all of the sugary sweets and it can go into the dough and into the bites. Now you kind of just let it cool. I would give it like about 5 to 10 minutes to cool and enjoy. Thanks for watching.